Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Teen Wolf, and this episode's called Perishable, which is actually a really interesting name for the episode. So what happened in this episode? We get to see that in the beginning we are learning a little bit more about Deputy Perish. They almost lit him on fire in this episode. Actually, did get lit on fire in this episode, and he survives. So we know he's something because he is on the Deadpool list, but what exactly he is, hopefully it doesn't take as long as Lydia finding out her being a Banshee. Hopefully find out by maybe next season what Perish is. I can wait until next season, but I hope it's not a dragging story. It's like, oh, what is Perish? Because we don't know what powers he has, but he is able to survive being lit on fire. So that's definitely a big part of the first part of the episode. Also, we get to see two other stories. One, that the assassins that are working for the Benefactor are trying to kill Scott, Malia, and Liam. And they do this at the bonfire of the lacrosse game. The music is making them seem drunk. And by the end, they are saved by Derek, so that was pretty cool. So that was kind of more of a side story. But a big story is that we find out who the Benefactor is this episode, and I was very shocked by the ending. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the episode, because I am going to spoil who the Benefactor is. We get to see that at first we thought that the person who was the head of, or working at the Iking house who didn't like Styles, he was just working for the Benefactor. But as the episode was going on, Lydia and Styles thought he was the Benefactor. And right before he dies, we find out that Meredith was the Benefactor, which definitely makes sense because she was the Banshee controlling everything. And we do learn that Lydia's grandma did die and actually predicted her own death. So that's pretty much what's going on in this episode. I liked it, but there's some, honestly, parts that I feel like they were revealing a little bit too much at the same time. And usually I will never say that with Teen Wolf. I think they're really good at revealing their stuff. And with this, I felt like it was a little bit too much. And even though there wasn't so much to happen in this episode, it's just the revealing of Lydia's family story, I felt like it was way too much to really sink in. I really enjoyed it just because I'm a humongous Lydia fan, so to get that backstory. But the whole lake house thing, I don't think they should have done that flashback with Lydia telling the story. It could have been someone else narrating the story. It just would have made more sense. But her being at the lake house was like, is she alive? Is she not alive? So it was kind of confusing how they unraveled the story. And then even at the point when they got captured, I'm like, is this guy the Benefactor? Is he not the Benefactor? And the Meredith twist was kind of out there, but I liked it. I really liked the Meredith twist. I really did not see that coming, that she's the Benefactor, but it really does make sense because I really want to see a Banshee on Banshee match here by the end of this season, which we all know that Lydia's kind of been sidelined, but not really. She's been doing stuff, but sidelined with her powers, so seeing probably Meredith and Lydia go up against each other for probably the final battle would be really cool because she is the Benefactor. Meredith faked her own death, so I think that's going to be awesome, awesome story to tell. And is she crazy? Is she not crazy? Is that a false story, what Lydia's grandma thought, that Meredith was crazy and then drove herself to suicide? Or we're going to learn more about that in the next couple episodes. Maybe she was just pretending to be crazy, and she was, because obviously she gave one of the answers, one of the keys to Lydia, so she was just pushing Lydia into a horrible direction that Styles and Lydia thought they were getting answers, but really that's what Meredith was doing, playing them as puppets. I think that's something that we haven't seen with Teen Wolf. Usually when they get answers, like, oh, we're so much closer to finding out the villain, it's all true. But with this, Meredith is playing them as puppets. She wanted them to do that. So I think that's a really, really cool twist to Teen Wolf. So even though it was very unexpected to see Meredith as Benefactor, I do like the twist. And like I was saying, I think the Lydia's grandma story could have been unfolded a little bit differently. It's just too much going on with her story. But hopefully we'll learn more about Lydia's family as this season goes on and next season, because I think it is a very interesting topic. Just learn more about the Banshee-ness in general. I think you should dig more into the Martin family line and hopefully learn a little bit more about the grandma, because we only got a tidbit here. So yeah, things I'm excited about. Learning what Perish is and learning more about this whole Banshee stuff, because it seems like that's going to be a real prime story for this season. But pretty good episode. If you're expecting more with Scott, Liam, and Malia, you don't really get that. That's definitely more of a side story. Not filler, because obviously they get captured. That's pretty big, but that's been happening like all season, that they're almost captured and almost killed. But it was pretty, you know, good scene, I guess. Again, that's not definitely the heart-bumping scene. The heart-bumping scene is with Lydia and Stiles, and that's definitely what's progressing the story a little bit more. But I enjoyed the episode. I think this is better than the last previous episode. Still not the best of the season, but the reveal was definitely one of my favorites of the season. I did not expect that. It's just like Jackson being the Kanema from season 2. I didn't expect that either. So, really cool reveal. Tell me in comments below what you think. Did you like this episode? Have you been enjoying the season? Tell me in comments below, and next Sunday will be a review for Teen Wolf because the new episode is going to air Sunday before the VMAs. So very excited about that. I'll have a review next Sunday for the next episode, Teen Wolf. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, I have links for my comic book that I'm working on, so you can check out that stuff too, the blog, all the different sketches. That's in the description below. See you guys later. This is Comic Uno. Bye.